Hey you guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe so you can be notified when I go live or upload a new video. And please like this video, it really does help me out. In this video, Velvet, she is something else. She is wondering why women are so harsh with each other. So let's go ahead and get into this.
Like, really know what I'm talking about.
I understand.
But yeah, I'm excited about this topic. I'm excited about it because I live for this kind of stuff due to the fact that I'm like a heavy woman supporter, and if I see you doing good, or even if I see you doing bad or you going astray, I always want to be that person to.
And see, this is what we all should be. We should all be like there for each other as women. We should all carry each other. Not so much carry each other, but just, be that friend that somebody can count on. If, for me, it's hard for me to call someone a friend because I don't call just anybody a friend. A friend is something that is very sacred, kind of like a marriage. It's sacred, and you don't just put the title friend on something so easily. And I think a lot of people do that. I think a lot of people just call anybody their friend.
Be like, come back. Come on back. You're going too far. Whether you get mad with me or not, or whether you stop speaking to me or not, I still want to be that sound voice in your ear to be like, I don't think you should do that. And not in a hating way, in a loving way, So, I'm excited about this.
I want to comment on that because I do believe that, like, when you're emotionally mature, because that's going to be a topic that is going to be covered when we talk about being harsh. Matter of fact, let me put the topic in the comments, right?
Mm-hmm. So when the people come in, yeah. And when you come in, y'all like, comment, share this live, because I'm telling you, when we connect and we get to talking, like, wisdom gets a flowing. So this is a positivity live. Ain't no drama on here. So share with all the people that want to be positive on this beautiful Sunday.
I'm going to pin this comment.
But see, that's just the thing. When you're dealing with somebody who cannot make, and she comes on here all the time talking about that she makes friends with this one and this one and this one and this one, and that they all just do her some kind of way, and she just feels a way about it. And I haven't personally seen any female friendships that she has made online or offline. Anything that she has spoken of, I have not seen that. Maybe she talks about it, but I have not seen it. And so I think that with someone like this, and this is just my opinion, they don't know how to, maybe she knows how to make friends, but in order to keep friends, that's a different story. I don't think she is able to keep friendships because, in my opinion, maybe she has used a lot of people, and she has lost a lot of friends along the way because of that. And so this woman here who has been, obviously, from what she's saying, it seems like she's been talking to Velvet, trying to work through some things with her. But is this going to help her? Is it going to sink in? Or is Velvet still going to play the victim and act like everybody that she has tried to befriend is against her?
But right, emotional maturity is going to be a topic that we talk about, because I feel like when you're emotionally mature, especially as an adult, woman, when you hear things, you can hear the intention behind what somebody is saying. And it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And I could say for me personally, a lot of people say like, you don't like taking wisdom. You don't like to hear what other people have to say about, whatever wisdom that they're trying to give you. It's not that I don't like.
And she doesn't. She will not, no matter what anybody tells her. People have tried to warn her against solar. They have tried to tell her, things about how to treat other people, that don't do this to somebody, like for summer days, for an example. Don't mistreat people in that way. Stay away from Nature Boy. Don't go back to Nature Boy. She does not listen. People try to be kind to her, and they try to tell her the right things to do, and she flips her butt up in the air and tells you to kiss it. And she's not going to listen to anything anybody has to say, because she is a know-it-all.
To take wisdom. It's not that I don't hear the wisdom and the logic. It's just that there are other components and spectrums of the situation that's not being factored in, that I like to share from my own personal experiences and like purpose, because that is a huge thing. So like have a well-rounded understanding of why certain things may be happening. But my personal experience with you, I have never shunned anything. Like, our relationship has started to evolve, right? Over the past couple days even. But when you told me certain things, I didn't resonate it was hard for me to hear, but it never registered to me, and I never resonated with it being harsh. Because like I said, it's how you say things, it's how you do things. You are a very sweet person, and you can feel the love that's coming from what you're saying. Some people just be wanting to dump on you, and behind closed doors there's actually judgment there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And you can feel that, and I think that because I have watched.
It's not judgment. What it is people who have tried to help you. You have used them, in my opinion. And then when it comes back to bite you, then you say, oh, you're just judging me. You're just somebody I can't talk to. You're somebody that's judging me, and you don't like me. You hate me. You're jealous of me. And it's not about taking accountability at all. It's not about saying, hey, I'm sorry, and meaning it. Because that's what a lot of people that you've hurt needs to hear from you. They need an apology.
Women afar so much. Me going to an all-girls school, me seeing how women can flip-flop so fast. They'll be on your side, they'll be your number one cheerleader, and then all of a sudden they're kicking your back in. I've seen people that be like they best friends, but as soon as they get a chance, they dragging that person. And it's just like, for me, I just remove myself from people that's like that, because if you're my close friend and I know really personal stuff about you, I'm going to shy away from any conversation to drag you and to tear you down. If anything, I'm going to overly protect you. I'll be like, she did something, let's say me and you friends, me and Charlotte is friends, right? And me and you have a closer relationship than you and Charlotte have, but we're all friends. However, if Charlotte did something to me and I know we close, I can be like, girl, today Charlotte really hurt me, but I just wanted to get that off my chest before.
Now, see, that's where I don't know if I don't know if I can agree with that. And I like everything that this girl's saying, because I really like her. I like her personality. I like her way of thinking, but I'm not sure if I agree with that part of it, because I think that if you're a true friend to somebody, and then you're friends with somebody else, and somebody else, hurts you, you don't go to one friend and even to say, or at least I don't think that you would do this, that, hey, this person hurt me, because then this is how issues start, I mean, because somebody, because that other person didn't know that that's all you said, they're going to assume that you said more, or they're going to hear from that other friend that you said more than what was actually said. So I think the best thing to do is don't ever bring the other friend into it. Just go to that person and be like, hey, I'm feeling pretty hurt by some of the things that you said to me, and confront that person first. Go to that person and just lay it out and be like, hey, because it doesn't serve any purpose. I wouldn't think to go to the other friend first, because that's kind of, that's kind of disrespectful.
Or I speak to her. You know what I'm saying? But it's a difference if I come and be like, girl, let me tell you what Charlotte did. She did da 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 da, and she said blah 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 blah, and baby, she done forgot. I know when she cheated on her boyfriend, or she did da da, and you looking like, wait, what? She did what? So now you got a whole different perspective of Charlotte because of me. And now, if you're a person that really, really like love loyalty, you're gonna be looking at me kind of sideways.
Yeah.
Like, dang, I really can't trust her and be vulnerable with her and really let her in and tell her a lot of my personal stuff. I'm gonna be very careful what I choose to tell her, because when she get mad with me, what she did to Charlotte, she gonna do to me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why it's just you have to watch how you move, and you can't feel like it's okay for you to drag people that's your close friends with another close friend.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody that's close to me can ever say I came to them and just dragged a chick that I'm like, she's like my sister. We close. Yeah. I'm not doing that. I might say like, dang, she really let me down today. She really hurt me, because I needed to get it out in the moment. But anybody will do that.
Yeah.
That's like a marriage, to be like, Velvet, my husband really did yada, 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 and it just really hurt me. You know what I'm saying? But for me to go in depth about what happened, what was said, what was transpired, you can't really judge the situation because of the fact that first of all, you wasn't there. And I'm going to give you my perspective. I'm going to give you my version of the story versus you, someone sitting and listening. You're not speaking. You're listening. You're watching what he said. You're watching what I said. You're watching how the fire built and we crashed against each other. And by you sitting on the outside looking in, you be like, dang, he was wrong for that. But, on the cool, you kind of started that.
Yeah. It's so,
you know what I'm saying?
It's so interesting. I do, because it's so interesting. I literally just recently had a situation like that happen to me. Like, it was a woman that I was considerably friends with. We both called each other friends. Mm-hmm. And this woman encouraged me to leave my baby's father, my first baby's father. She was like telling me how he's not good for me, like all this for like a year straight. And then as time rolled around, she actually started to sleep with him. Then she would start sleeping with his friends and like people around him and stuff like that. I never judged this woman, because I know that us women, we go through different things, especially when we are coming up in the world.
I'm not sure I believe that. I believe that if I had to put money on it, and if I had to make a bet, I would about guarantee, in my opinion, that you got with Solar out of spite. because you did feel some kind of way. And, karma, it's a bee. I'm telling you, when it moves around and it becomes your turn, it stings. Natiri did what she did to Zoka and had no feelings at all to hurt her. And then the wheels turn, and now it's her turn. And Velvet did her the same way. None of you guys are innocent in this, and I don't know how this can be resolved. But now there is siblings involved, but then you're dealing with two strong personalities that is not going to compromise. So how do these children who are, siblings, how do they even get to know each other when at this stage the parents have got to avoid each other at all costs, because they don't need to be around each other because they're toxic to each other. But if anything is ever going to be worked out for the kids, it's going to take both of these women to grow up, stop this online childish thing, and go to one another and talk it through. Talk about it. But when you do, you can't do what you're doing now and deny everything and play the victim. You're going to have to come out and say, yeah, I did this to hurt you because you hurt me. You have to be honest with each other. But then you have to apologize to each other, and you have to mean it. And I don't think that can ever be done, because in my opinion, I don't think either one of these women were ever friends. I don't think they were ever true friends. I don't think they ever cared about each other. Natiri would never have had anything to do. And I don't care what anybody, oh, well, she was in a cult. She was being brainwashed. No. The same way that Natiri came and went 50 other freaking times in and out of that cult freely, is the same way she could have left when Nature Boy looked at her and said, you're going to be with me. And she could have said, no, I'm not. And left. Like she was always free to do in the past. And then she says that she was a friend to Velvet. She wasn't. And nor do I believe that Velvet was a friend to her.
Well, we don't have certain knowledge and wisdom. And so I always forgave her. But then when it had got to the point where the tables turned, and then I had a baby who she had a baby for, and tried to still be there with her to take care of the children, because we both know that the man not right, she completely denounced who I was as a woman, instead of stepping up to the plate and noticing that we both, even though she might not have liked what went on, even though I might not have liked what went on, we could have been able to be there for each other through the process. And I was trying to explain this to her. I even put polygamy on the table to soften the blow of what she was going to go through, because whether I was in the picture or not, she was going to go through it. Whether I was in the picture or not, I was going to go through it. So I'm trying to come up with a most creative solution to help everybody. And then we have a mutual...
You didn't put polygamy on the table, in my opinion, to soften the blow. In my opinion, you put it on the table because and I still believe that she really wants her own thing. She wants her own cult. She wants to be the queen of the god of that cult. She wants people beneath her. She wanted to make Natiri not only not to soften the blow, but she wanted to further her pain by making her into a servant to serve her. And that's all there was to it. I mean, who was going to be the queen bee in this one out of the two? It was definitely going to be Velvet. because Velvet would not have stood for anything less than that.
Mutual friend, woman
Right.
friend. So this
Right.
mutual woman friend, she gets to. I don't know exactly if she talked about me to this mutual friend, but this mutual friend is so cool and balanced that she never came to me with anything that this girl said. Right. So I'm just like, cool. But one day she made a post about the girl's business who, me and the girl who have the same baby father. She posted the girl's business. And I sat back and I was like, this is triggering. Because this is a mutual person. Mind you, this woman who has the mutual baby father with me, not only did she encourage me to leave my baby father, and then called my children a demon online, called the baby that I'm pregnant with, the sibling of her child, a demon online, and that she would never want me around her or her children or the child that I'm pregnant with, and like all these different other things. Very harsh. It's very harsh things. Never said this about this girl publicly. Never said it to nobody behind her back. Never did anything like that to that girl. I'm just sitting there like, I have to get this off my chest to our mutual friend. Because if at any point I end up in a crossfire and they talking about me, I'm going to feel some type of way about from both of them. So I open up to the mutual friend and I get to telling her, like, this is why my feelings are hurt. She didn't know anything about the situation. But I just simply told her why my feelings was triggered by the circumstance. She said, I understand. The mutual friend said, I understand. But at the end of the day, I don't have nothing to do with that. My relationship with you is my relationship with you, and my relationship with her is my relationship with her. And I said, yes, I totally agree with that, and I understand that. And I don't want my feelings to get in the way of the relationship that you have with her. But I'm just putting everything on the table so that we know how we need to move around each other. Because I'm not about to be around people who call me demons, who call me witches, and my children. We talking about children, innocent souls here.
Right.
So me and a mutual friend, we moved on from that topic, and we still have a relationship, and we're still cool. And at the end of the day, for the mutual baby mama who had the same baby father as me, I wish her nothing but the best. I hope that she heals in all the possible ways that she can, because I am in her shoes 3 times over. So I understand her to a capacity that she will never be able to fathom until she gets to the point that I'm at. You understand? So I just have compassion for the situation, but I'm also not going to squash my feelings about certain things that have happened in the process. But that comes with emotional maturity
and emotional intelligence. You're intelligent enough to say sometimes people speak out of hurtful places. Sometimes people speak out of envious places. A lot of times, one thing I notice about men and how they handle conflict is totally different how women handle conflict. Like, men can have a whole brawl behind closed doors, but when they get in front of people, or when it comes to business, or when it comes to, their relationships, whatever, like, they 10 toes down.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna make it known. If that's like their best friend or their friend or they were friends, they're not gonna make it publicly known. I don't mess with him no more. I don't fool with him no more, and all that kind of stuff. Because in men, a real man's mind is like, that's what females do. And for me, it's like, for our community, our women in our community, we have to learn to stand 10 toes down for each other too, and not publicly embarrass each other. Every other nationality does not do that. They don't come for each other's neck to kill, rob, and destroy them. They don't do it.
I just think the Velvet, I think she's very vengeful. I think that she feels some type of way. She does. She feels some type of way for all these women that have been with her husband. And honest to God, I don't blame her. I do not blame her for, and I've said this before, for the anger that she feels, the pain that she feels, the hurt that she feels. But, you know, you cannot, you have got to move past it. And I know it's easier said than done, but somehow she's going to have to move past it, because she's not going to change Nature Boy, and she's not going to change these women who want to be with him. These are grown, consenting adults who are doing what they're doing, and if they don't, she's spending so much time getting vengeance, getting revenge, that the Lord, he's going to have his vengeance. If anybody's in the wrong, it's God is the judge. He will judge and he will make it right. You don't have to seek vengeance on your own.
Know how they do it? They do it with lawsuits. They do it when it comes to money. That's what every other nationality, how they deal with issues with each other. But us, it's like we want the applause of people who don't even care about you.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they don't even know you. They don't know you. You see what I'm saying? So why would you go ahead at one time, you and this girl carried you. She had your back. She was there for you. You still got to think about the good things people have done for you on your behalf. People who done stayed up praying for you, intercessing for you, who done been your listening ear when you had nobody else. You can't forget that. But if it also says, if you see the female has evolved and she's moving in a malicious way, she don't have her integrity is tainted. She don't have, her blinders are not on anymore. She's just wide open. She moving funny. You have the right to pull yourself back from her. Not to say you don't still love her, or you don't still carry her, you don't still pray for her, you don't still wish her well. But the Bible teaches us that we have to be mindful of our company you keep.
You can speak about the Bible all you want to, but Velvet is somebody that does not believe in the Bible. She does not believe in God. She knows that God exists, but she's choosing to follow after another, in my opinion. She's not going to listen to anything you have to say when it comes to that Bible. And you can look at her eyes right now. She's looking at her like, She's not listening. She does not care about anything that you're saying. Your words are pure. Your intentions are pure. But Velvet will tint anything you're trying to say. She's going to tint and make it just, I think this woman needs to stay away from Velvet.
You gotta have wisdom when it comes to you, your peace, your spirit, your mind, your heart. Who am I? If I hang with you and all you do is gossip about people, everybody you gossip about people. Every time you look around, you stealing something or you conning somebody. If you constantly in that circle and with those people, you're gonna be guilty at all times by association.
And that's exactly what's happening. Because like, it's crazy because, like, most of us, like, I know some of us who be in circumstances like that, and we be the ones trying to stop it. But that still doesn't matter because you're around a whole bunch of thieves. It don't matter. You gotta get around. You gotta get from around that. And a lot of shit, the woman felt sad that I stopped being friends with her, but it's just certain things that I don't do. I can't be friends with somebody that do that. And if I can't be enough of a friend to you to tell you that without you getting mad at me, without you getting jealous of what I'm saying, and without you taking what I'm saying as I'm trying to hurt you or whatever. We don't need to be in a relationship, period. And that's exactly what happened. Like,
but you know what happens too is, from what I've learned too, to be honest, when you get to a certain level of maturity, people are very wise. People know who they are. They know when they didn't hurt you. They know when they're moving funny. They know, when they kind of taking subliminal jabs at you. They know this.
yeah,
But they want to see if you're gonna react to it. If you're gonna catch it, right? One thing about it is when you walk out of someone else's life, you don't have to give them an explanation. You really don't. But if that person truly care about you, they're gonna come after you and call you or plan a lunch date with you and give you the honor.
She has given her some really, really good advice. The problem is that Natiri is not going to chase after Velvet. Velvet is not going to chase after her. They're not, because they're not true friends. They never were. They never were. So what's the big deal? The only thing that I can think of is that they have between them is these children. And in my opinion, and I could be wrong, and maybe someday they can work things out. I hope they can for these kids, so these kids can be around each other, and see each other from time to time. But they don't need to be around each other right now at all. Let some time pass, and then really work on yourself. Heal. They talk about all this healing that they do. They don't do any healing. They talk more about healing than they actually do the work to do it. And it's crazy. And I'm hoping that Velvet, I hope that she stays living with her family for now. I hope that she gets the help that she needs, whatever that means for her. But I really hope that something in her heart speaks to her and tells her that things that she has done is not right. And maybe there are people out there that she owes an apology to, but as long as she's holding up a shield and playing victim, like everybody's out to get her, she's never going to see the wrong that she's done.
To accept that date.
yeah.
And they're going to say, hey, Velvet, at one time, we had an amazing relationship. We had a good friendship.
But they
Can
never
you
did.
tell me what went wrong? If they care. But when you got other messy nannies or busybodies or busy bees in there buzzing around in their ears and telling them, oh, girl, she don't care about you. Girl, look how she talking about you. Girl, look how she acting with you now. Girl, right? She don't have clarity because her ears are clogged up with foolery. And it's not even her opinion about you. It's the opinion of others around her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've learned, it used to hurt me so bad because, like you say, I love people. Like I when I take you in my intimate circle, I really take you, carry you, coddle you, want to always be there for you, want to know what's going on with you.
Support
I want to
you. Do you hear what she's saying? Support you. So look at that. Look. She's side-eyeing her. Support you. No. It's not everybody's job to support you, Velvet. It's not. And she can be a good friend. She's telling her what makes a good friend. And Velvet is not, she's not absorbing what she's saying. That's because, in my opinion, she's incapable of being a true friend to anybody. Anybody. She can't. Anytime it comes to other women, it's always going to be about competition for her. And if something happens that's not in her favor, she will tell you it's because you're jealous of me. You hate me. This. And it's not true. All these women cannot be jealous of her or hate her. And this woman, God bless her soul, she's trying to show Velvet what a true friend is. She's telling her all the qualities that make up a good friend. And she's telling her the type of friend that she is. But not everybody is like that. Not everybody that you call your friend is going to be your friend. All you can do is be the person that you can be and pick and choose your friends wisely.
Support you if you got a business. I want to support your business. You follow my page a long time, and you see me post a lot of other people's stuff that's not mine, right?
Yeah.
And I don't mind doing that due to the fact that I want to see the next person win. Because if we keep pushing and elevating each other without a price attached to it, now I'm not saying that if you have a gift or a purpose to not get a monetary gift for it. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying if this is a close friend to you or like your family, and I see you launching earrings or your artwork or whatever, I'm not going to expect to be, if I took it upon myself, I ain't called you and made a contract with you, right? But if I take it upon myself to keep pushing your stuff out, so people on my platform can see and find you, right? Yeah. You never know who following us. All it takes is one person to say, yes, I need what you have, right? And then I'm like, when you win, oh, that person was on my page. You're not going to give me something for that. It's like, well, why were you doing it? Because I didn't ask you to do it.
Exactly.
I ain't pay you. I ain't draw a contract with you. You decided to do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let that person be the person to come back and give their offering to you. To be like, Velvet, I thank you so much for posting my soap on your page. Oh my God, I just got 100 sales today. I want to buy you lunch. I want to buy you a nice handbag. I want to get some stuff for the new baby. That'll be for me to come back and be like, I thank you. And a lot of times us women don't like to fix each other crown. And I just don't understand.
You know what?
Why?
I literally want to hit on that right there, what you just said, because after everything blew over, I still have love in my heart for this woman. And she launched, the mutual friend launched her business, and I put the heart emojis supporting this woman, because I'm like, I love what she's doing. Like, I'm not going to negate that. I'm not going to deny that because of what I don't like that she did to me, whatever. She switches it and then...
Okay, what she did to you. Okay, but Natiri, you have to flip it around, because you can't just say, we understand where Velvet's coming from. Now looking at Natiri's point of view, Natiri's thinking these people took my, they dabbled into my credit. They got phones in their name or in my name, and so we can flip it around. You did some things to her too, allegedly, according to what she's saying, and there's no right. There's nobody really in the right here. I think everybody is just in the wrong, and nobody is willing to come forward to say I'm sorry.
It's to be in the harsh mode, and she goes interesting with a question mark. instead of using that as an avenue to open up a conversation to hash it out. Because that putting a heart emoji is not anything bad. You understand what I'm saying? When you
let me interject just right quick. Remember your thought. But when you say, so for some reason on social media, people think when you just put a heart or emoji or whatever, you're not genuinely supporting them. Did you know that?
I did not know that. That's interesting because I use the heart emojis a lot. Because I love these.
I do too. But I found out through watching this psychology podcast, they say like to people who you really support and stuff like that, using a heart emoji is one, like lazy, and two, it's like you halfway supporting what they do. They feel like if you literally take.
Well, that's weird. I don't understand that. But anyway, so say that Natiri did use that heart emoji to as an avenue to open the floodgates for communication. How would that have worked out? I mean, would Velvet have been willing to listen to her concerns? Like, did you do this? And it's all about honesty, too. It's all about honesty, opening up, and being honest with each other, because that's the only way you can work anything out. When she confronts her and says, you did this to me, you put a phone, you guys, did you do this? Did you guys open up a phone account in my name under my credit? I mean, how would she have responded to that? Would she have come out and would be like, honest about it? Or would she be expecting Natiri not to even mention anything and just to be okay with everything and just, oh, we're fine now. You gave me a heart emoji. And because I don't see Velvet just sitting there talking and working it out with her without getting defensive, because Velvet is always in defense mode. She thinks everybody is out to get her.
The time to make a comment, then that means you invested.
Well, see, for me personally, because I'm a commenter on things that I like, but I only left a heart emoji because I knew that if I just went to get in the comment, like, oh my God, like, me and this girl already got bad blood on social media. So would it look like me just going under there and making? So I'm just like, you know what? To still be my authentic self and to still, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to put the heart emoji, keep it moving, because I'm not going to kiss your ass. I'm not just going to be sitting here bowing down to your shit and you still being mean to me. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you were legitimately being mean to me and I'm just like still giving your head ass the heart emoji. You see what I'm saying? But
see,
I understand the psychology behind that though.
Right. So being that she was like, she's being mean to me and she's this and she's that, then it's kind of like it still lines up with what they said. You gave it a heart emoji just to kind of be like, I halfway supported you. You see what I'm saying? Just show you I'm bigger than what you're saying about me.
I mean,
but to be honest, you showing yourself. You're not showing her. You showing yourself that you're being big enough. Being bigger than what she thinks about you.
Exactly.
Right?
So whether people look at it as psychology as halfway supporting or supporting or whatever, because people are going to misconstrue anything that you do. Because my mama sent me one heart emoji before, put it under my picture, and I didn't think, oh, my mama half-ass support. You see what I'm saying? So it really just depends on the circumstances. I believe. But at the end of the day, like you said, us women have a problem with fixing each other crowns. Like, it's weird. It's a very weird, like you said, going back to the men's. They don't do that. They don't be having their personal business online like that, doing that to each other, talking about each other. And now I will share this. One thing that I do regret in my womanhood was when another woman talked about me down bad like that, and said stuff about me that I didn't agree with. I went and just blurted all her personal shit. Like, I just went, and that's one thing that I can't say that I regret doing, because that's stooping to the level that you know what I'm saying? That's just like, that's stooping to the level that the other person.
It's hitting below the belt. And a lot of times that's why with certain people and their character, you gotta draw back. You have to know when to draw back before it goes too far. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like when you learn to, we all have to remember this is why I talk about them letters. Because we all have to remember a lot of stuff is stemmed and rooted from our childhood. When you in school, what girls do? They caddy. They start.
I got bullied the whole time.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what this one, who you just saw, she deals with.
Yeah. So I don't know how much of this that I can play, but I can kind of go over it a little bit, but I'm not going to play it. But I guess her daughter was going through some things at school, and which is unfortunate. That's very sad. That children, I don't know. I mean, what can you do? I mean, it's unfortunate that some children have to go through some of the things they have to go through, especially in the school system. But I think I'm about done with this video. I think, we got out of this video about as much as we can get out of it. I think, in my opinion, y'all, Velvet, I don't think she wants any female friends. I think if any time that she does befriend someone, there's a reason behind it. She's gaining something from it. And that's just my opinion. And so, with that being said, what do you guys think about this lady who is trying to school Velvet, trying to teach her, trying to help her? Surely, I don't know. They're talking about why women are so harsh with each other. But I don't think it's all women that are like this with each other. I think if you're a true friend with somebody and they're true friends with you, you're going to have your issues from time to time. With any relationship, you're going to have issues. But then there, are people that really think highly of themselves. They think that they're a god. They think that they're above you. They think that, you're here put on this earth to serve them and to cater to them. And you're not going to make friends in that way. And that's just my opinion. Leave in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. God bless.